Putin Breaking News Putin is keen on Russia becoming a major manufacturer of drones. On the evening of April 27, Russian President Vladimir Putin convened a meeting at Moscow's Rudnevo Industrial Park to discuss the growth of the country's drone industry. Russian official news outlets both RIA Novosti and TASS. At the meeting, Putin advocated for the mass production of UAVs in Russia. Putin gave orders for the Russian Ministry of Transport to come up with suggestions for how to subordinate the UAV industry to Rosaviatia, the Russian aviation authority, or how to create a separate body. Putin emphasized that Russia's UAV industry should not be stifled by concerns over security and privacy. Andrei Belousov, Russia's first deputy prime minister and a participant in the meeting, estimated that government orders for the production of drones would be worth approximately Rub 92 billion in 2024 to 2026 and Rub 200 billion in 2030. The Russian government is considering establishing a system of tax breaks for the drone industry. Journalists today are often at the forefront of their own battles. Make a donation to Ukrainska Pravda or become a patron today. During a private Vatican audience on Thursday, the Prime Minister of Ukraine reportedly asked Pope Francis to intervene on behalf of Ukrainian children who were forcibly taken to Russia. After meeting with Pope Francis for half an hour, Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal told reporters that he had also extended an invitation to visit Ukraine. Shmyhal pleaded with the Dalai Lama to aid in the repatriation of Ukrainian citizens who have been detained, arrested, and illegally deported to Russia. The Vatican's brief statement on the gathering avoided discussing the specifics of the discussions that took place. After his meeting with Francis, Shmyhal reportedly met with the Holy See's Foreign Minister and Secretary of State. The Vatican reported that during the cordial discussions, which took place in the Secretariat of State, various matters connected to the war in Ukraine were highlighted, with particular attention to the humanitarian aspects and efforts to restore peace. Pope Francis has spoken out strongly against Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which began 14 months ago. In light of his desire to boost peace prospects, he has stated a desire to travel to both Ukraine and Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Russia's Children's Commissioner are wanted for war crimes related to the kidnapping of children from Ukraine, and the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for them last month. Russia has said it did nothing wrong and that the kids were relocated for their own protection. Shmyhal told reporters at the Foreign Press Association in Rome that he had discussed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's comprehensive peace proposal, and the steps the Vatican could take toward making it a reality. No details were provided by him. This past Wednesday, Zelensky reported that he and Chinese President Xi Jinping had a long and meaningful conversation over the phone. This conversation marked the first time the two presidents had spoken publicly since the conflict broke out in February 2022, and Xi announced that Beijing would be sending an envoy to Ukraine to discuss a possible political settlement to the conflict. A former Chinese ambassador to Russia, the envoy has been in that role before. A month after Xi's visit to Moscow, the two leaders spoke on the phone for an hour after Beijing, which has long been aligned with Russia, expressed a desire to mediate. Shmyhal stated that the conversation over the phone was extremely productive, and that it represented a new stage in Ukrainian-Chinese relations. "I'm also convinced it's an extraordinary beginning for developing our future relations," the Prime Minister said. When asked if he had spoken with Vatican or Italian officials about the upcoming May 18 expiration of a deal brokered by the UN and Turkey to keep Ukrainian grain exports flowing during the war, Shmyhal said that he had. As a result of Western sanctions, Russia has threatened to reject a further extension of the deal. Shmyhal said, "I asked both the Italian and Holy See leadership to help Ukraine continue the grain corridor's work without restrictions." On Wednesday, the Prime Minister attended a conference in Rome organized by the Italian government to bring together companies interested in contributing to future reconstruction projects in Ukraine. The Prime Minister also did not offer any predictions about the future of Ukrainian-Chinese ties.